Awesome, guys. Glad to be here. Happy birthday to Brooke. Happy birthday to Brooke. That's awesome. Very cool. Awesome. Great. Birthdays are fun. I turned 28 recently myself, and there's not really a milestone at 28, right? Birthdays get kind of sad after a while, right? Like, there's nothing really going on there, you know? Like, 16, you can drive, right? Like, 21, you can drink. 28, you can go fuck yourself. You know, there's not really... not much going there. What's that?
What about 29?
Remember how I said go fuck yourself? It's not going to change. No, guys, my name's Matt, and I'm actually a full-time firefighter and a paramedic. It's my full-time job, which is pretty cool. Thank you, appreciate it, thank you. Thank you. I just do it to steal drugs mostly, but that's the biggest thing. 29-year-old can see me after the show, I guess. No, I am. I'm a firefighter, though, but you guys probably could have guessed that, right? From the mustache, right? Yeah. Most people guess firefighter because of the mustache. They'll guess, like, firefighter, right? Or cop, maybe. Or gay, usually. That's the biggest. It's the most common one I've noticed. I said that recently, and somebody goes, "No, you don't look gay, but you're on the spectrum." I was like, what the fuck, dude? You didn't have to say that. On the spectrum? That's worse than cop. What the fuck is that? No, I am. I'm a paramedic, though, and being a paramedic, I drive an ambulance quite a bit. And driving an ambulance, it's kind of like driving an Uber. Kind of. It's like driving an Uber, but you can only take people to the hospital. And instead of giving out, like, free bottled water, you can give people opiates, which is pretty cool. We actually don't even, like, have bottled water on the ambulance. So sometimes I have patients who are like, "Hey, man, like, I'm really thirsty. Can I please have something to drink?" And it's like, well, I can't give you water, but you ever tried fucking fentanyl before? It's a lot more fun than water, I know that much. You guys doing fentanyl tonight? Anybody doing fentanyl in here? Fentanyl's a problem in this country, obviously. People overdose on fentanyl and heroin a lot, obviously, and we deal with that on an ambulance. We see that quite a bit, and it's always crazy because when people overdose, we give them Narcan. You guys heard of Narcan before? It like undoes like a heroin overdose, right? So it's always crazy. We show up to these people who are overdosing and they're like unconscious, and we give them Narcan, and when they wake up, we say, "Hey, man, what'd you take?" And they're just like, "I didn't take shit. Had a beer earlier, that's about it. I didn't take anything, dude." Like, okay, hey, we're not the cops, okay? You don't have to lie to us. We just gave you a drug that undoes heroin. What did you take? And they're just like, "It's fucking weird that it worked on me, dude, but I didn't take shit." We're like, "You weren't responding, we showed up, what's up with that?" They're like, "I was sleeping, I was taking a nap, actually. I was tired, long day." We're on the side of a highway right now, that's not where you do that, right? And then we put them in the ambulance, we go to the hospital, and when we're like 2 minutes out, they're like, "I took some heroin, I took a little bit of heroin." It's like, yeah, I could tell when you were dead. That was the most obvious sign, I think. I'm a firefighter now. I was in the military. I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, which is pretty fun. I appreciate it. Thank you. I didn't join for any like patriotic reasons. That was just fucking stupid, you know. I just can't do math, right? Those recruiters, man, that's how they get you, dude. They see a kid like crying in algebra class, and they're like, "I got a job for you, buddy. I got something for you." You can't do math, but you could probably dig holes. You're like, yeah. Probably do that, I think. I was a radio operator in the Marine Corps, and I remember when I was signing up, my recruiter, he told me, "Hey, I have a job for you. You're going to be a radio operator." I said, "Okay, what does that entail? Like, what do I do for that?" And he said, "Okay, you ever seen like the war movies where there's like the guy with everyone else, but he has a radio on his back, and he dies every time?" That's you now. That's you. It's like, okay, I could do that, I guess. I was signing the paperwork, and he goes, "Hey, do you know the average lifespan of a radio operator in Vietnam was 12 seconds? I was like, "Do you want me to fucking join, dude? What are we doing here?" It's crazy, man. I was in for 4 years, and when I got out, one of the benefits of being in the military is that when you get out of the military, you can get veterans health care, VA health care, right? It's from the government, it's like free health care, right? And when I got out of the military, I went to the VA, and I told them, like, "Hey, I have some problems, like my knees, they hurt all the time. And I think the government, like the military, caused that. So I don't know if I can get like some health care, some disability benefits for that or something like that." And the VA, they ran some tests. The VA, they come back, they said, "Okay, you said your knees hurt. We ran some tests. Turns out they don't, so." You can have nothing. How's that sound? Is that good? I've been trying to get healthier, though. I went to the doctor recently, and I found out that I'm allergic to gluten, which is like bread and grain and stuff like that. So I'm supposed to eat a gluten-free diet now. And there's actually a medical term for what I have. It's called being a fucking loser is what it's called. So my doctor told me it was called. No, those names. Anybody know what it's called? Anybody? Celiac. No, it's actually called bitchitis is what it's called. No, it is a celiac. Do you know somebody with celiacs? You just know shit. Yeah, everybody knows somebody who's like, I can't have gluten. It's like, I think you just like attention. You know, it's just... Facebook moms really ruined the gluten-free thing for me, you know? It's tough. Like, you ever seen those people on Facebook? They're like, just so everyone knows I'm gluten intolerant now. It's like, no, you're just fucking divorced. You're just... just need something to talk about, you know? It is. It's called celiac, and technically it's an autoimmune disease, and it sucks, because like I was talking to a buddy of mine recently, and I said, hey, I just found out that I have an autoimmune disease. That sucks, right? And my buddy was like, oh, no kidding. I have an uncle who has an autoimmune disease. He's got this thing called mast cell myocarditis. Yeah, his heart is like attacking itself. So he needs like a heart transplant, and he doesn't really have very much left to live anymore. But anyways, what do you have? What do you... I was like, I can't have bagels anymore? That's... You know, like 2 kinds of cereal, that kind of sucks, but that's... I'm from the suburbs. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm very suburban looking. I'm very aware of that. I know I look like AI took every Creed fan and like made it into one guy, right? I am. I'm from the suburbs, and things are different out here in Chicago compared to the suburbs, you know? I don't like coffee shops in Chicago, right? They seem to like judge me whenever I go into these little local craft coffee shops, and I don't know why. It's probably because I look like a fucking ICE agent, but... They just don't like me when I go into these places. I don't know why. They judge me. Like, as soon as I walk in there, like me walking into a small coffee shop in Chicago is like a gay person going to a Buffalo Wild Wings in Arkansas. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm allowed to be there. They just don't like me for some reason. I don't like the sizes of drinks at little coffee shops out here. I feel like Starbucks has their like grande venti shit, and now every little coffee shop has their own like creative little things they have. Like, you look at the size options on a menu at a little coffee shop, and the options are like piss cup, cum bucket, and large. Like, those are the options. All right, I'll get a latte, make it a cum bucket, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of polyamorous people in Chicago. Do you guys know polyamory? You guys know about that? If you don't know, polyamory is like when you can have a main relationship and then sleep with other people, right? So if you think about it, if like your regular relationship is 2 people together and they're both happy, a polyamorous relationship is multiple people together and nobody's happy. That's the difference. I don't really understand those kinds of relationships. I feel like that kind of relationship is skewed towards like the woman in the relationship, right? Because like, if you're a guy in a polyamorous relationship and you want to hook up with somebody, you go up to a girl in a bar, you say, hey, I'd like to hook up with you, but just so you know, I'm polyamorous. Like, I have a wife. She's gonna be like, I'm not having sex with you, you piece of shit. You got a wife? That's gross, dude. But if you're a lady in that situation, that guy was barely paying attention to you in the first place. You said sex and he just fucking glazed over, right? If you're a lady, you go up to a guy in a bar, you say, hey, I'd like to hook up with you, but just so you know, I'm polyamorous. He's going to be like, that's fine, I'm a Sagittarius. I don't really give a shit. All right, you guys have been great. Thank you so much. You guys ready for next comedian?